Can Cracksman put in a better display than he did at Epsom last time? Well, the first day of Royal Ascot certainly lived up to expectations. No one more so than the John Gosden's 2-year-old Calyx, a former eye-catcher, who stamped his class on a competitive Coventry Stakes to win impressively. He travelled well into the race, and finished off really well, especially considering he only made his debut a week ago. I knew he was a future star after that debut. I'm even more sure of it now. Even though he lost, Batosh ran a terrific race in the King's Stand Stakes when beaten by Gold Point. He was forced to make all, as Lady Aurelia didn't perform to the exceptional standard we've seen of her at this meeting, and to go so close for a long way was a huge run. I think there are many more huge days ahead of him. Of course, I have to say a huge congratulations to Eve Johnson-Houghton and Charles Bishop, who landed the Queen Anne with Accidental Agent. It's a huge win for them, and it's great to see them earn their day as Group 1 winners at Royal Ascot. I wish them all the best of success, and hope that they haven't celebrated too hard with 4 more days of racing to go. On to day 2, and I always relish the Prince of Wales Stakes. It always is one of the best races of the entire meeting, but I have to say this is a terribly underwhelming renewal. However, I do think the mile and a quarter division is going to eventually be really exciting later in the year, with the prospect of Roaring Lion, Massar and maybe even Enable featuring in Britain's elite races. That's in the future, and there are winners to be found from this afternoon's racing. 2:30, Queen Mary. I have heard nothing but very good things regarding Chelsea Cloisters, and she could represent one of the best bets of the week. Wesley Ward's Juvenile was seriously impressive when winning by at lengths on debut, and was eased down at the finish that day. She is extremely talented, and providing she handles the conditions of the race, I imagine her proving difficult to beat. At a bigger price, I think Snazzy could go well for each way money. She won really well on debut when starting slowly, and having to lead didn't suit her at York last time. If she had cover, I do think she'd have won, and is capable of making the frame again today. Odds correct as of the 18th of June 1917 hours 25 minutes and 17 seconds. Odds are subject to change. 305, Queen's Face. I am very intrigued as to why Ryan Moore is on Kew Gardens over Southern France, and if I am correct in thinking he was given the choice, then my judgment of the race is different to the world's best jockey. I was highly impressed with Southern France's win at Navan, where he stayed on well to win by half a length when looking a bit big, and I just believe there is so much more to come from him. One of my previous eye-catchers, King's Proctor, heads here too, and at 20-1 he is a huge price against some unexposed sorts. He needs to improve, but he can't be completely ruled out quite yet. Odds correct as of the 18th of June 1917 hours 25 minutes and 51 seconds. Odds are subject to change. 340, Duke of Cambridge. This is one of the races I am most looking forward to for the rest of the week, so take a look at my in-depth preview of the contest. 420, Prince of Wales. If you read my column regularly, you will notice I have said this was the banker of the meeting over and over again, and all I can say now is I hope you backed him at 5-4. His price has shortened, probably because the punters have realized how great he is, and that actually winning a Group 1 on a track you can't run on is much more of a positive than a negative. Odds correct as of the 18th of June 1917 hours 26 minutes and 55 seconds. Odds are subject to change. 5 o'clock, Royal Hunt Cup. In a big handicap like this you can make a case for quite a few of these, but my main selection would have to be the Wesley Ward trainer Master Marion, who will be ridden by Ryan Moore. He shaped very well, went fourth in an American Grade 3 race, but the switch back to the turf should benefit him here. Elsewhere, I have always envisaged Offic as a horse that can develop into more than a handicapper, and he can run a big race for Charlie Hills. Cape Byron and Kaiser Soze could go well at a bigger price. Odds correct as of the 18th of June 1917 hours 28 minutes and 52 seconds. Odds are subject to change. 35. Jersey. I'm pretty sure the Jersey is one of the best Group 3 races in the world, and it's excellent to see a huge number of entries. Hard to choose, but I think James Garfield could run a big race for George Scott. He ran an excellent race in the Guineas before going pretty well in the Sandy Lane, which looked a fine race. Elsewhere, Expert Eye has a fair chance on last season's form, and Could It Be Love boasts classic form. At the very bottom, take a look at Arbella, who is a massive price. His form figures over 7F reads 131, with the third coming in the Solario at Sandown behind subsequent classic winners Massar and Romanized. He could be big each way value. Odds correct as of the 18th of June 1917 hours 30 minutes and 9 seconds. Odds are subject to change.